May I see a show of hands, how many of you are making your maiden voyage to Nash today? Wonderful, thank you so much. Welcome. Well, Bruce is different though. He's like a goose. You know, every time he wakes up every day to a whole new world. So, this could be his first visit, yes.
Did you say your name was again?
We're very, very glad to have you here. The Nash is a performance and education venue for jazz that is owned and operated by a nonprofit organization called Jazz and As, which was formed over 40 years ago for the sole purpose of promoting jazz and jazz education especially, and that's pretty much our thrust is jazz education, to teach younger whippersnappers this wonderful music and how to appreciate it and how to play it with reverence, the reverence it deserves. And we're doing a bang-up job at it, I might add. We have so many different there's so many youth things going on, and so one way of coming in and following that activity is to go to the Nash.org, our website, and you'll find all sorts of information on there, and one of them is our schedule, and you'll be able to pick out shows that highlight our younger talents. One of them is coming up on the 18th. His name is Alex Ewan, and I've been here for a little over 5 years, and he has too, except for when he started here, he was this big. And even then, he played magnificently. And you know, we have certain concerts throughout the year where legendary artists come and play, and Alex has always been invited to play with them. That's how highly he's thought of. So if you get a chance to see Alex Ewan on the schedule, you might want to come back for that show. The Nash is named after Lewis Nash. Lewis is a Phoenix native. He's a graduate of ASU, and he is described by Modern Drummer magazine as the most valuable player. He's a wonderful guy, and that's another thing you can find out at the Nash.org is when you can see Lewis actually occupying this drum set right here, and it's something to behold. You won't want to miss that. Once you've been here for a Lewis show, you'll never miss another one. That's for sure. And we've been around for 5 years. You know, I mentioned we're a nonprofit organization, and we've had several requests for things like coffee and ice and that kind of thing. Well, we're a nonprofit organization run by volunteers. In order to have those nice amenities and lime slices and that kind of stuff, we would need to have licensing from the health department, and all the volunteers would all have to have food handler cards. So that's why we're stuck in that. We're not able to provide that. But you can bring them. You can bring your own, that's for sure. That's you can bring anything in here you want as long as it's not alcoholic, for future reference. We had a couple that used to come in and they'd bring a whole picnic basket. They'd put a tablecloth out on the table. They had china and cutlery and crystal, and they were great. That was a lot of fun to have here. Another thing you can bring is something to amuse yourself while you're waiting for the show to start. Last night, there was 2 couples sitting right here at this table that were playing bridge. That was fun too. So anyway, but I digress. The Nash is recognized worldwide, and no less than and we've been here for over 5 years, as I said, and no less than the Downbeat magazine, the 75-year-old voice and Bible of jazz, has awarded the Nash with one of the top jazz venues in the world for each of those 5 years. And isn't that something? So you're all in very good company. So you can put it on your resumes. It looks really good on you, okay? And one of the top reasons for that is because of the phenomenal entertainers and musicians that you'll hear here and the wonderful music they provide. And today is a perfect example of incredible musicianship and versatility and amazing talents. And so I could go on and on because I love all 4 of these guys. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Jen Sandwich and friends.
Thank you, Tim. Yes, is there anybody here who doesn't know me or I haven't met before? Raise your hand. There's a few, quite a few actually. Hello, everyone. Got a lot of old friends here tonight too. But Tim did say it correctly. My name is Jan Sandwich. I like to clarify that because a lot of people think that he's saying sandwich or something like that. But it's sandwich like ham on rye. And my husband is sitting right there, and it's all his fault I'm a sandwich because I married him. Good choice. When we went on our honeymoon, ladies and gentlemen, we invented the first honeymoon sandwich. Let us alone. And we have one little boy named Reuben Sandwich. Well, I am thrilled to have, first of all, Miss Nicole Pesce at the piano with me today. Nicole and I have a show called Remembering Debbie Reynolds. And we were rehearsing one day, and she said, you know, Jan, by the way, I worked with Debbie Reynolds. I worked with her at her hotel in Las Vegas. And I said, get out of town. But I'm so glad she didn't get out of town, because we've been doing that show a lot and many other shows that we've put together. Then on bass, I have a doctor, Dr. Ben Hedquist. And I ain't talking medical. A PhD, right? And then on drums, Adam Clark, animal drummer. They are so wonderful. I'm going to let them start the day off today with a great instrumental. This was one of my daddy's favorites. Have you met Miss Jones? love this trio. That was great, everybody. All right, we're going to do a tune I love to start with. It's called Almost Like Being in Love, and it feels so good to sing this. I sing this one first always because it feels so good to be with folks like you and musicians like these. Here we go. Almost Like Being in Love. A 1, 2. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. It's almost like being in love. There is a smile on my face for the whole human race. It's almost like being in love. All the music of life, well, it seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when the bell starts to peal, I could swear I was falling, swear that I was falling. It's almost like being in love. Thank you. Thank you. Nicole Pesce, yeah. Dr. Hedquist. Woo! What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. It's almost like being in love. There is a smile on my face for the whole human race. It's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ding dong, ding dong, dinging for me. And from the way that I feel when the bell starts to peal, I could swear that I am falling, swear that I am falling. Well, it's almost like being in love. It's almost like being in love. Shoo-be-doo-up. Thank you, everybody. Oh, this next song is a beauty. Actually, this is from Finian's Rainbow. I love that film. And real quickly, I'll tell you a little story. It's called Old Devil Moon. And I always think of this little bit of trivia that I learned not too long ago. Remember back in the 60s, it was 1969, and Neil Armstrong walked on the moon for the first time. Do you remember that, folks? Yeah. Well, remember when he stepped off the spacecraft and he stepped on the surface of the moon, Neil said, here's one step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Not many people know this, but when he got back on the spacecraft, when he was leaving the moon, he made another comment. He said, good luck, Mr. Gorski. For years, reporters asked him what he meant by that comment. He wouldn't answer. Then in about 1995, someone asked Neil again, Neil, what did you mean by that comment? Good luck, Mr. Gorski. Neil said, I can tell you now because Mr. Gorski is no longer with us, and, well, it's been long enough. He said, when I was a young man, I grew up in the Midwest. And one summer night, I was playing baseball with a friend of mine. The ball went over the fence, and it landed in my neighbor's yard, Mr. and Mrs. Gorski's house. The ball lit right up next to the house, right down below their bedroom window. And the window was open, and he could hear them, and they were fighting. And he heard Mrs. Gorski say, sex? You want sex? You'll get sex when the boy next door walks on the moon. Bada boom. All right, we're going to do Old Devil Moon. All right. Look at you and suddenly something in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me. It's that old devil moon that you stole from the sky. It's the old devil moon in your eye. You and your glance make this romance too hot to handle. Stars in the night blazing their light, they can't hold a candle to your razzle-dazzle eye. I look at you and suddenly, something in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me. I gotta take a closer look. It's the old devil moon that you stole from the sky. I see it, that old devil moon in your eyes. Just when I think I'm free, free, free as a dove, the old devil moon deep in your eyes blinds me with love. Nicole, Pesce. I look at you and suddenly something in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me. Yeah, it's that old devil moon that you stole from the sky. That where light can't hold a candle to your resolute light. I look at you and suddenly something in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me. Ah, it's that old devil moon that you stole from the sky. Oh, devil moon in your eyes. Just when I think I'm free, 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 free as a dove, the old devil moon deep in your eyes blinds me with love. Shooting the baba, do 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 do. Old devil moon, that old devil moon. Old devil moon. Thanks, everybody. Great, great, great musicians. Gotta do a ballad here. This is a beauty. This is from The Yearling. You don't hear this tune much, but we'd like to do it for you today, and I think it's just one of the most beautiful love songs I've ever heard. Why did I choose you? Why did I choose a sandwich when he's full of bologna? Just kidding, dear. Why did I choose you? What could you offer me? I saw the heart you hide so well. I saw a quiet man who had a gentle way, a way that caught me in its glowing spell. Why did I want you? What could you offer me? Just a love to last a lifetime through. And when I lost my heart, so many years ago, I lost it lovingly and oh so willingly to you. If I had to choose again, I would still choose you. Why did I want you? What could you offer me? A love to last a lifetime through. And when I lost my heart 47 years ago, I lost it lovingly and oh so willingly to you. And if I had to choose again, I would still choose Isn't that a pretty song? Wow. Okay, we got something by Frank Sinatra. Yeah. A Latin. Yeah. Night and Day. Remember that one? In fact, we took a trip. Some of you that I'm friends with on Facebook, Brian and I took a trip to LA and we looked for all the famous people's graves, but Frank is not buried there. Isn't he in New York, Brian? Palm Springs, that's right, that's right. And we didn't stop in Palm Springs. But anyway, Frank, yes, very low-key area. And I'll look him up next time. On his tombstone, it says, "The best is yet to come." Love that. All right, here we go with Night and Day. By the way, if you folks want to start a conga line, you'd be good at that, sir. And you can go right through the room. Night and day, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon and under the sun. Whether near to me or far, well, it makes no difference. Where you are, I think of you night and day, night and day. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring traffic boom or in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you night and day, night and day. Under the hide of me, there is oh such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and this torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night and night and day. Yeah. Nicole Pesce. She's like butter. Night and day been Hedquist under the hide of me. There is oh such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and this torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you. Day and night, night and day. Day and night and night and day and day and night and night and day and day and night and day. Wee da 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 da, wee da 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 da, wee da 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 da, chilly up da do dum, putty up da dee da da, dilly up, dilly up, dilly up, dilly up, da 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 dum da 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 dee da, wee wee da da dee da 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 dee da ba do ba dum, wee wee do ba dum, boy ya boy ya boy ya boy da 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 dee dee da dee da da da. Day and night, night and day. Day and night, night and day. Day and night, night and day. That's for you, Frank Sinatra, wherever you are. Thank you, folks. It's tribute time. Speaking of Frank, love doing this tune. I loved Mel Torme. Did anybody else love the Velvet Fog? Yeah. No longer with us, and he loved Ella Fitzgerald. He used to sing, and he'd listen to Ella scat sing, and then he'd try it. And he learned to scat sing by listening to Miss Ella Fitzgerald. He thought she was the most darling woman in the world. He treasured her. So when Ella left us, he wrote these special lyrics to the first song that Ella Fitzgerald ever scat sang on. It was Lady Be Good. So we're going to do Mel's lyrics for her and Mel on this next number. 1, 2, 3. Ah, sweet and lovely, Ella be good. Hey, Ella, she was good for me. Our kind of music is often misunderstood, but Ella, she was good for me. Well, some say jazz isn't sensible. The way she sang it made it comprehensible. Here is a bow to that late, great lady of song. Ella Fitzgerald, she could do no wrong, especially when she went. Nicole Pesce, everybody. Master of the keyboard. Then Hedquist. Ship do up, dop, dop, leave it up, do it, it, dop, do it up, need it up, dop. Weep the up, bom, 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 dop, it, 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 do it up, need it up, it, it, up. Dip up, dip, dop, did it up, did it, I do, 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 do. Chip way up, whip up, dub it up, whip up, dub it up, whip up, dub it up, dub it up. Adam Clark, a sweet and lovely lady, be good. Ella, you were good for me. You know that our kind of music is often misunderstood. Ella, she was good for me. Yep, some say jazz isn't sensible. The way she sang it made it comprehensible. She was the best in the land when she sang with Chick Wet Band. Hey Ella, you were good for me. I said Ella, 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 Ella. You were good for me. Shilly bop dee dop dop doo dop. Ella Fitzgerald, Mel Torme. I'm gonna let you in on something, folks. We're gonna do a tune now we've never done together before. And I have to put on my glasses. What you gonna do? I gotta use them, and I hate to use them. I'm embarrassed about having to use them. I apologize. Well, you know, it doesn't look as good. And the thing is, my dear mother is 97. She doesn't use glasses. She drinks right out of the bottle. All right, here we go. We're gonna do a tune. Thank you. Ev liked that. If Ev True likes it, by gosh, it's a good joke. Yeah. He is a hero. He just had a big birthday bash. Tell him a little bit about yourself, Ev. He won't brag.
No, I don't think they have time enough for me to tell.
That's true, because there's so many accomplishments. But what was your title? Brigadier General. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Ev. Anyway, this next tune, was written for Mel Torme. And I had it written down. Oh, Kenny Rankin wrote this for Mel Torme. So we're going to do it together today. It's kind of a jazz waltz, hint, hint. And it's called Pardon Me, Haven't We Met? Hope you like it. Count it off, Nicole. Dedicated to Ev True and Harriet. I've ordered some rain for tomorrow. The sky will be sunny but wet. Out of nowhere, you're suddenly there, and I say, pardon me, haven't we met? I've ordered some sunshine with showers, and I've got my scenery set. And then with a bump, our umbrellas go bump, and I say, pardon me, haven't we met? Accidents can happen into one I'm gonna slide. There's a good chance of finding romance when two hearts collide. And I know that's just how it happened when Romeo met Juliet. You know, folks, somewhere I've read Juliet said, pardon me, haven't we met? Thank you, Lori. Thank you. Nice, Ben. Accidents can happen, and into one I'm gonna slide. There's a good chance of finding romance when two hearts collide. And I heard that's just how it happened when Romeo met Juliet. Yes, somewhere I've read Juliet said, pardon me. I said, pardon me. Pardon me. Haven't we met? Ship-dip-dip-yum. Haven't we met? Haven't we met? I can't stump her. Haven't we met? Haven't we met? Pretty good for the first time through. Yeah. Nice. Let's see what's next? I gotta turn this. Gee, there's so many tunes, so little time. I'm gonna dedicate this next tune to some special ladies that are here today. They were members of Sweet Adelines with me many years ago. Would you ladies stand up? There's Lori and Ann and Nancy, and they're wonderful vocalists. Jean. And we had a lot of fun. I was in a quartet with Ann Ingalls. Her claim to fame. Oh, thanks. Well, okay, we're going to do a great tune that Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers danced to, ladies. And remember, Ginger had the hard part. She had to dance backwards in those great big spike heels, cheek to cheek. Is there a Sweet Outline arrangement of this one? I wonder. Yeah. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. And I seem to find all the happiness I seek. Do you believe me, Jan? When we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, Ev is in heaven, And the cares that hung around him through the week, it's 'cause he's with Harriet, they seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak. When they're out together dancing cheek to cheek. You know, I'd love to climb Camelback Mountain and reach the highest peak, but it would not thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. And I would like to go out fishing in a river or a creek. It don't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Darling, dance with me how I want my arms about you, and the charms about you is gonna carry me through to heaven. Yes, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. You too. And I seem to find all the happiness I seek. I'm seeking when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Give her applause, dance with me. How I want my arms about you. All the charms about you are gonna carry me through. I said I'm in heaven. Yes, I'm in heaven. And the cares that hung around me through the week, hey, they seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak, Lori. When I'm out together dancing with you, when we're out together dancing, it's true. When we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Yeah. Whoa, great tune. Wow. Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers. Can't beat that. You know what? We're going to do a Ellington medley, because Duke was king. Right, Bruce? I caught him. I said Duke Ellington was king. Right, Bruce? Yeah. Not many people catch Bruce. That was an accomplishment. We're going to start out with a tune called It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing. And you folks can sing along on this one. Yeah. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. That's your part, yeah. Don't mean a thing. All you got to do is sing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. All right. Well, it makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. You gotta give that rhythm everything you got. No, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. You ready, Lori? Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Great. Give it up for, yeah. Mr. Ben Hedquist. Adam Clark. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Everybody sing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Fantastic. Don't mean a thing. All you got to do is sing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Great, and well, it makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. You gotta give that rhythm everything you got. No, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Yeah, one more. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Uh-huh. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Great! Hey, everybody was singing on key. Well, we're going to take a short intermission, and then we're coming back and we're going to be featuring Nicole Pesce on a special feature. So, run to the restroom if you need to. I don't need to tell you that, right? You know what to do. Thanks, folks. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, I had somebody ask, and I forgot to tell you folks, I do have some CDs available on the table over here to the right. And if you'd like to be on the email list, is that okay, Tim? My email list, so you'll know when we're doing Debbie Reynolds' show and where and other things. I will put out a sheet there, and you can sign up and put down your email. Thank you, everybody.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know that break was far too long for all of us because of the marvelous talent on this stage. So let's not waste any more time and welcome back to the stage, Jan Sandwich.
Thanks, Tim. Wow, I love Tim. I used to sit in and I actually got to work for Tim a little bit at his wonderful restaurant called Timothy's back in the day. He's always been a wonderful friend of mine. Yep, Timothy's. It was fantastic. One of the few places in town that had good jazz music. I am looking up a song because we had a request. I love it when I know the requests. So I'm going to find it in here. We got caught in the middle of our Duke Ellington medley. So we're going to take up with that again now that the break is over. I'm getting to the one I'm looking up for you, sir. No, it's all right. I'll get there. I'll get there. You know what? I know the words. I don't need to look them up. Thanks. Thanks, Jan. Jan's going to feed me the words if I forget. Okay, so I get to introduce Nicole because for the rest of our Ellington medley, we're featuring her doing her Ellington medley. Give a nice round of applause to Nicole Pesce. Nicole Pesce, don't you wish you'd have finished your piano lessons? Wow. Come back, guys. We miss you guys. We need you guys. Yeah, we need them. You know what? I gotta share this with you. It's too good. I was walking down the street today when we got here, and there was a very elderly couple that was walking, and I happened to just kind of pass by them, and I caught what they were saying. And the little lady was walking with the cute little old man. I assume they are husband and wife, and he says to her, "Did you put talcum powder in my boxer shorts?" And she said, "No, it was Miracle Grow." Bada da boom at him. Did you find that sheet, Nicole? Could you? I need it. Is there a way to slip it out of the book? We had a request for a beautiful tune from State Fair. And Mel Torme recorded this, did a great job on it. It's a beauty, and I thank you, my friend, for requesting it. So I couldn't find my words in the book, and I don't trust myself. It's been a while. So Nicole's pulling it out for me. We're going to do it, because if we get a request, we figure we better do it or we'll be in trouble. All right. This is called "It Might As Well Be Spring." Glasses again. Sorry. The writing's about this big. I'm as restless as a willow in a windstorm. I'm as jumpy as a puppet on a string. I'd say that I had spring fever, but it isn't even spring. I'm starry-eyed and vaguely discontented, like a nightingale without a song to sing. You could say that I had spring fever, and it isn't even spring. I keep wishing that I was somewhere else, walking down a strange new street, and that I'm hearing words that I have never heard from a boy I've yet to meet. I'm as jumpy as a baby in a swing now, and I'm busy as a spider spinning dreams. No, I haven't seen a crocus or a rosebud or a robin on the wing, but I feel so gay in a melancholy way that it might as well be spring. It might as well be spring. Nicole Pesce. I keep wishing I was somewhere else, and that I'm walking down a strange new street, and that I'm hearing words that I have never heard from a boy I've yet to meet. Well, I'm as busy as a spider spinning daydreams, and I'm giddy as a baby on a swing. No, no, I haven't seen a crocus or a rosebud or a robin on the wing. Oh, but I feel so gay in a melancholy way that it might as well be spring. It might as well. It might as well be. Bless you. Spring. Thank you. Oh, you must have been allergic to the spring pollen, whoever sneezed there. Okay. Oh, you know, we just did a slow one. Oh, let's do this one. You make me feel so young. Because when I get to perform, it does it for me. Better than chocolate or a glass of wine or anything else. It just makes me so happy, especially when there's beautiful people like you folks in the audience. So thank you so much for being you and for being here today at the Nash. The Nash is one of the best places in this town, in the country, because it has great jazz. Yep. So, you made me feel so young. You make me feel so young. You make me feel though spring is sprung. And every time I see you grin, I am such a happy individual the moment that you speak. I wanna go play hide and seek. I wanna go and bounce that moon just like a toy balloon. 'Cause honey, you and I, we are just like a couple of tots. And we are running across that meadow, and we are picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You know that you make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful fling to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, you're gonna make me feel the way I do today. You make me feel so young. Bring it down a little bit. You know, I gotta share this story with you. Thank you, Ev. Well, I gotta tell you this. One day an older lady was sitting on her front porch. I'd say she was about 98 years old, and she was in a rocking chair, and she was rocking back and forth, back and forth. She had an old yellow hound dog sitting next to her rocking chair. Well, along came a genie. He could do magic, and he said, "My dear, I like you. I'm gonna grant you 3 wishes. What's your first wish?" She said, "Oh, genie, I wanna be young and beautiful again." So he waved his arm, and suddenly she turned into this young, shapely gal with long, flowing hair. He said, "What's your second wish?" She said, "I want to be rich, genie." He waved his arm, and the front porch she was on filled up with diamonds, jewels, CDs, cash, blank checks. And then he said, "What's your third and final wish, my dear?" She said, "Oh, Jeannie, I want a handsome young man with bulging muscles and long eyelashes." So he waved his arm. Suddenly that old hound dog turned into a handsome young guy with bulging muscles and long eyelashes. He stood up, he looked her right in the eye, and he said, "Now aren't you sorry you had me fixed?" You make me feel so young. You make me feel though spring is sprung. And every time I see you grin, hey, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I wanna go play hide and seek. I wanna go and bounce that moon like a toy balloon. Are you and I, we are just like a couple of tots, and we are running across the meadow, and we are picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You know that you make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful fling to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, you're gonna make me feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so, honey, you make me feel so, yes, you make me feel so young. La da 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 da, you make me feel young. I don't want to embarrass you, sir, but I think this fellow likes me. His glasses are fogging over. All right. Let's see what else we got here. You know what? I'd kind of like to hear you guys do another instrumental. Would you like that? Let's do it. Nicole, what do you want to do? Whatever she wants to do usually works. Wow, Nicole, Pesce, Ben, Hedquist, Adam Clark. Brrr, makes you want to rumba. Summer. You know what? It's summer. That's obvious because we all been real hot for the last, 3 months now? 3.5. Let's turn to Shadow of Your Smile, my friends. Remember this when this was done in 1965, and it was from the movie The Sandpiper with Liz Taylor, and who was her man? Thank you. Richard Burton, that's right. Wow, what a love affair they had. You know, on the way over here, we had to come clear from Apache Junction because we were doing something there earlier. And on the way up here, we had to go by kind of a rural area there. And there was a farm, like a little farm there, and they had a few chickens. It is so hot today. One of those chickens was pulling a worm out of the ground. He was using a pot holder. I swear. All right, here we go with Shadow of Your Smile. The verse first. One day we walked along the sand. One day in early spring, you held a piper in your hand to mend his broken wing. Now I will remember many a day and many a lonely mile. I hear the echo of a piper's song, the shadow of your smile, the shadow of your smile. When you are gone, will color all my dreams and light the dawn. Look into my eyes, my love, and you will see all the lovely things that you are to me. A wistful little star, yes, it was far, far, far too high. A teardrop kissed your lips, and so did I. And oh, when I remember spring and all the joys that love can bring, yes, yes, I will be remembering the shadow of your smile. Let's hear it for Ben Hedquist. A wistful little star, it was far, far, far too high. A teardrop kissed your lips, and so did I. Yes, and now when I remember spring and all the joy that love can bring, I will be remembering the shadow of your smile, the shadow of your smile, the shadow of your smile, ah, the shadow of your smile. I said the shadow of your smile. I'll remember, I will remember the shadow of your smile, the shadow of your smile. Oh, it's time for our last song. I love performing here at the Nash. I don't want to go home. But we're going to end with the typical song that makes sense to me to end with. You know what it is, probably. You know all Nicole Pesce. Yes, she got it. Bye-bye, Blackbird. Yeah. Thank you, folks, again, for being so gracious to us today. God bless you all. Thank you for laughing at my jokes. I love you for that. Thank you for coming out on this hot, hot day to the Nash. Let's have another round of applause for Adam Clark. He's got rhythm. And then Dr. Ben Hedquist. Doctor, give me the news. And of course, the one, the only fabulous Nicole Pesce. So here we go with Bye Bye Blackbird in C.
That's a good
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pack up all my cares and woes, 'cause here we go, singing low. Bye, 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 Blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, you know the sugar is sweet and so is he. And I said bye, 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 Blackbird. Well, no one here can love or understand me. All the hard luck stories they all hand me. You better make my bed, you better light that light, 'cause I'll arrive a little late tonight. Blackbird, Blackbird, bye, bye. Thank you. Nobody plays it like Nicole. Gee! Ben, are you for real? Adam Clark, he ain't in the dark. Give him a round of applause. Come on and pack up all our cares and woes, 'cause here we go, we're singing low. Bye, 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 blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, you know that sugar's sweet, so is he. Bye, 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 blackbird. No one here can love or understand me. Hey, at the Nash, I could stay here all night and say, hand me like, you better make my bed. Light the lights, I'll arrive a little late tonight. Blackbird, pretty little blackbird. I said blackbird, pretty little blackbird. I said blackbird, 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 blackbird. Bye bye. Yeah. Bye everybody. God bless. Thank you. Come up and give us hugs. We like to give hugs. Thanks.